Hello, I'm Barbara and I work with Androscoggin here, and this is my friend
Danny,
and we're going to be doing a project for the Art of Grief today. This is going to be a time capsule.
Yeah.
And Danny has put together a few things that we're going to try to stuff into our time capsule. One of the things that we've already practiced is to see if they're all going to fit.
Yes, they do.
Okay, so that's one of the things we want people at home to think about too, is you don't want to have something this big because it's going to be going in here. And you also want to have something that you're all right with parting with for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a lightweight bottle made of plastic, and we're going to be deciding on a place to put it too.
Wait.
Okay, it can go outside or it can go inside. And the idea is that you put it somewhere, leave it, and then open it up and see how things have changed. So you can leave it someplace for a year, 10 years, whatever you choose. All right, so one of the first things that we're going to do is we're going to write a few things to put in there first. And hopefully they're going to fit, because we already know these are going to be crammed in there. So when you're doing a time capsule, one of the things you want to do is to have a little, like a snapshot of how you are right now.
Okay.
So one of the things that you're going to write on here, Danny, and we're using a Sharpie because we're going to want it to last, and we're going to put something underneath the paper so that it doesn't go onto the table. Right. And so you're just going to write a couple of things about how your life is now. So it would be things like, I am however old you are, I am in whatever grade you're in, and maybe something about a typical day. I like to play with a thing that you like to play with. Just 2 or 3 things about yourself right now.
Okay, so I'll just write my name.
Okay. In case you forget what your name is.
My name is Danny. Name
Here you go.
is
You're in 5th grade, which is one of the best grades ever. Do you worry about writing with a Sharpie?
Yes.
Me too. Yeah.
That's what I'm just scared of messing something up.
Right, because if you make a mistake, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And maybe, what's one thing that you like to do during your day? Like one of your favorite things to do?
I like to play video games.
Write that down. If you need any spelling help, I'm here. And I like to play video games. Nice.
I like the books that I'm reading right now, so
Okay.
I've been liking to read lately.
Is reading something you normally like to do, or just you're on a jag right now?
It's when I have like a really good book that I like
yeah?
to read.
What's the book you're reading?
I'm reading like a manga book right now. It's
Oh,
about
okay.
like pirates.
Okay. Do you are they graphic novels that you're reading?
They're kind of like graphic novels.
Yeah.
They're like short books with like a ton of panels.
Right. So that's a graphic
graphic
novel.
novels.
That's cool. Yeah. And
And
okay.
they're cool because you read them backwards basically. So you
Really?
read them right to left.
That's neat. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool to read.
Yeah. So it's like reading, but also fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Score. Okay. So we have this is like a snapshot of your day, of what it's like to be you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And chances are when you decide to open up your time capsule, some stuff's going to be a little different.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not in 5th grade in like a
Right,
year.
right. You don't want to be like 25 years old and getting out of 5th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you get like a paycheck instead of a diploma. Okay, so, good thing we had that paper down there. Then we want to think about, since this is going to be something to help you think about your grandfather, maybe this part, we're just going to have pictures. So, a picture of a thing that you liked to do with him.
I'm trying to think of how I would like represent some things that I like to do with him, because like I'd like mowing the lawn with him. He had like the big lawnmower, and I'd ride on that with him. But I don't know how I'd like show that on the paper.
You could draw a picture of a lawnmower.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Yeah.
Give it some wheels.
Always good to have wheels on a lawnmower.
Yeah,
Yeah,
otherwise it
helps
won't
it go.
move. And then there was like a chair.
So that looks really neat. The chair came out really perfect,
It had some like straps that would go around you.
right?
And if you pushed those things, then there's like a seat bubble. And if you push these, it would go forward, left, and right.
That's what that gizmo is. Maybe some grass on there.
Grass. Do we have a
Do
green?
you want to make it green?
Sure. Grass. To make this grass taller.
And then on the other side, really short. Oh, cool. Good representation. You'll know what that is. Easy.
There.
Okay. So any other things you might want to think about with your granddad? I know you said he played music.
He did play the fiddle. So I
You want
could
to make a
draw
fiddle?
that.
Would you like to have some brown?
Yeah. They're kind of hard to draw.
Yeah, they're a different kind of shape, aren't they?
Yeah, they kind of have like the shape of like a snowman.
Okay.
And then there's a little place to rest your head.
A chin guard, right?
Chin guard. And then there's strings to play.
That's neat. And your granddad kind of looked like somebody who played the fiddle. Yeah.
Here, I can add in the like stick.
Okay, and that's the boat?
Yep.
That's neat. And maybe one other thing to put on there.
What else could I do? I mean, he was always saying hello. He always wanted to like see us. He'd stop by all the time. So maybe, what could I do for that?
You could draw a door with like marks coming out of it to show somebody knocking on it. Oh, and what did he say when he'd come in?
He'd be like, "Hey boy."
Hey, boy. Right. I can hear him doing that too. I can hear him doing that right now.
So, door.
And a door is easy to draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a
Square.
rectangle.
Yep.
And then, like, knock. Like,
There you go. There's the knock.
knock.
Do you want to write hey, boy?
Speech bubble.
Speech bubble. There's a word for that. It's a fumetti. That's the name of the word for that.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And it didn't sound like boy with like a Y. It sounded like he boy.
It did. Yep. It had a special, like an accent to it, didn't it? Okay. So there's some stuff about him that you're going to have in there. So, so we have stuff that's about you in a typical day, and we have some drawings about your granddad. And how about a really short note to him? Doesn't have to be long, but if you could say a thing to him in like one sentence or so.
I would probably just say that
You've been the best, Grandpa.
in the world.
You know what I like about this letter? Is that you started it with you. So you started it with your granddad instead of, lots of times kids will start something, a letter, and it'll be starting with I. But you started it with you. So you're drawing attention to the other person. And I think that is sweet. Very nice. Okay, so now we're going to try to stuff all of this into your time capsule. All right, so
You could start with
how do you
the
think you
first.
want to do it? You want to do that
You can
first?
fold them.
Yeah.
So, fold them once.
And it's okay if we have to rearrange a few things too. If it doesn't fit right one way, we can always do it another.
I might have to fold them one more time.
Yeah.
To fold them the other
Or
way.
maybe just a little crimp in it.
Right. Yeah. Here, how could I?
Let's just see how it works if we mash it.
Yeah,
Okay.
there.
I'm pretty sure it'll get mashed when we put the other stuff in.
Yeah.
So let's talk about what else you have.
So I have a Hulk figurine right here because he loves the old Hulk. He even had like a short shirt he'd wear all the time that had like the Hulk on it, and he would love.
Do you think he thought he was the Hulk when he wore that shirt?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. I think we all have a little bit of Hulk in us, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we have the Hulk,
I have a little angel here, and
and,
it was because he always had like faith, and he was like a Christian.
okay, what does it say on the
It
angel?
says, "Faith makes all things possible."
There you go, and I bet he would agree with that. Let's cram that in there. Yep.
And then I have a transformer here because one of like the last big trips that we went on was to Universal in Florida, and we got to see a person in like this huge costume walking around as a transformer.
And then did he transform in his costume?
I don't think he transformed.
Because that would be really cool
That would
if,
be
yeah,
cool.
that would be cool if that
would
could
be
happen.
A cool costume.
All right, here's where it's going to get tricky, right?
I can.
We did this
squeeze his
once.
arms.
All right, we did this once. All right, that's okay. We could, wait a minute, it's going to have to go further. Let's see what happens if we do it the way we had it before.
Yeah. And slide him in right there.
Did we put both of the big guys in and then the angel?
Yes.
All right, let's try that.
So take the angel.
All right.
These bump feet in. Squeeze the angel in. Don't have to-
He's probably wondering why she's in here with those guys. All right, we did it.
And then
By we, I mean you did it.
I have 2 Joker cards here.
Okay, and why did you
And-
choose that?
I chose them because he loved to play cribbage,
Uh-huh.
and because I think the Joker cards are also fitting because he liked to joke around.
And yeah, and it almost looks like him. Almost does. If that hair was a little curlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. if I
All right, so far so
slide
good. So here comes
the
our
papers.
dilemma. I wonder if you fold it one more time and stick it on the top, might that work?
It's going to be hard. to
I
fold
read
again.
somewhere that you can only fold a piece of paper 8 times,
8 times.
Yeah. and then it's impossible.
I don't know if it's impossible. I bet
Maybe
something.
flatten it. Like put it in flat.
I don't know. I don't think it fits.
Stuff it up his nose. Let's see what we can do, Danny. All right. All right, we can work this out. Between the two of us, we have got the brains for this. What would happen if we took some of that off?
We could
Like
do
if we tear some of that off?
I
And then maybe even crumple it in there.
maybe you can fold. I can fold one paper more than that.
Okay.
That
We could make
so
them
I
into
can-
spitballs.
I was thinking we could make each paper separate, and that way you can
Okay.
fold it better. So I can get that one in.
All right, that one fit. Okay. That's good thinking.
Get this one in. Here, I can just lay that down like that,
Perfect.
and then the other one. hold it one at a time. Put that down right there.
All right, now all we have to worry about is his head, but I think we got it. All
I
right,
think it'll be okay.
all right. Now, let's see. How'd it do?
Everything's in.
Everything's in. Now, all we have to do is put a little sticker on him, or two. We can put more than one sticker on because we have a whole sheet of stickers. But what you're gonna wanna put on it is the date that it is right now, okay? So today is, what was it? What was I doing? I should stay on this until we're done writing. Okay, it's March, what? March 14th.
March. Slash 14 slash 23.
Perfect. And you can choose a place on here to put it. Unless I have somehow managed to stick that onto something. Did I? You got it.
Here, I'll just
Yeah.
stick it across like a label.
All right. Now the angel can't see anything, but that's okay. She probably knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Now, let's think about where might you want to put that?
Well, if I was bringing it with me, I would definitely want to put it, I think I would put it outside.
Yeah? Do you have a particular place in mind?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of where would be the best place to put it.
I think maybe if you think of a place that your granddad would like. Do you have a place like near a tree?
We could do near like a tree or like near the workshop because he likes building things.
That's a good idea. Near the workshop?
Yeah.
That's a really cool idea.
So near like the garage where all the tools are.
Right.
Yeah, I could put it there.
That would be perfect. You could put it there. For people who are thinking about a person who doesn't like a workshop or didn't have a workshop, they might think about putting their time capsule maybe in a garden.
Yeah, if they like gardening or
Yeah.
maybe like on like the edge of a woods if they like foraging or something.
Right? Or maybe by the edge of a stream.
Yeah.
That would be kind of cool. Or how about inside, if you were going to put it inside?
If I was going to put it inside, I don't know where I would put it.
You could put it on a bookshelf.
Yeah.
There are people who, when they do a construction in their homes, they'll put it inside the wall. That's
That
kind of a
would be a
neat
good
thing.
idea.
Yeah. And one thing you don't want to do is forget where you put it.
Yeah.
Right. So that the fun thing about a time capsule is you make a decision on when you're going to open it. So you might open it next year on March 13th or 14th, or you might open it 10 years from now. Or you could open it next year, put it back, put maybe something new in it, and then wait another couple of years and open it up. And each year see how much you've changed. What do you think might change about how you think about your granddad between now and maybe a year from now?
How I think about him?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not sure how it would change because I'm always going to like care about it.
Of course, yeah.
And like, but I don't know how it would change how I would like change the papers in there. Maybe I would think of like something else I could put on that paper.
Yeah. Each year as you grow, you're going to have different ways of remembering your grandfather.
Yeah.
And you can put those in there. And you could sort of tell him about what has happened in the year. That'd be
By
kind
changing
of
the paper about myself in there.
Right, right. So another job well done, Danny.